What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Power Gamers Tactics Room. I'm your host, Bill Braun Bafflestone. So today we're having another episode of the Metagaming series, where I look at Dungeons & Dragons from a more holistic perspective, this time looking at the joy of magic items. Because I am working on the deep dive optimization video for the Battle Master, and it's taken a long time because these guys have 23 frickin' battle maneuvers, and so I'm not going to be ready with that video until tomorrow. But that does give me a chance to talk about something that has been on my mind lately, which is the joy of magic items. Magic items are something that I try not to talk about too much in the builds and such because they are just so campaign dependent and they have such a huge impact on a character's power level, right? I mean, there's a huge difference between a first level character and a first level character with a staff of power and robes of the Archmagi, right? And so being hugely campaign dependent, I try not to talk about those things too much in the builds. But that said, they do make a huge difference, right? And I personally, in 40 years of playing Dungeons & Dragons and various other games, have never gotten a really good magic item. The fact is that I'm really good at this optimization thing, and so I tend to be by far the strongest player at the table or character at the table. And so DMs who are concerned about balance tend to give all of the other guys really good stuff, and I don't tend to get much. And I'm fine with that because, my goal in the game is to break it basically and, become invincible and be able to kill anything. And I typically find that I can do that without magic items. And in fact, I almost feel guilty if, I get an item that I think might be, just too good. Which it's, again, never have I gotten a really powerful item. But if I get something like even winged boots, I'm like, oh, does that make me, just too good? And I'm always trying to consider the table. I want everyone to have fun. And so, even though I'm more powerful than everybody else, I tend to hold back. I don't try and seize hero moments. I'm pretty satisfied with just the intellectual knowledge that I'm, super powerful. And I'm happy to play along with the DMs, and I'm happy when my colleagues get really cool stuff. I love it when they can kill things better or are better at what they want to do. And so I've never really gotten anything good until recently. About a month ago, I got a Shield Guardian. And man, I will always remember the feeling of getting it. Because first of all, it was kind of an interesting, kind of funny way that I got it. Because my party just loves to play dragon chess. And I know that every long rest that we take is going to involve, 20 or 30 minutes of them role-playing a dragon chess session. And I've never played with them because I just happened to pick up dragon chess proficiency when I was creating my character. And so I'm way better at it than the other guys. And so, whatever. I didn't feel like it would be that fun for me to play against them. And so it was just kind of this bit that I was doing where oh, no, you guys play. I don't really know the rules and I gotta, work on spells and stuff. And then we found ourselves in a major city for the first time in forever because we're kind of on the run in the Underdark and, never in civilization. And so we were out carousing with this noble who was trying to schmooze us. And he was playing dragon chess with all the other guys and smoking them. He rolled a 1 and still beat them because his bonus was so high. And I wasn't playing with him because that was my bit. And I wasn't drinking either because that's kind of like my character. And so this noble was all like, I really want to play you. And I'll put this blingy necklace of mine up against you just drinking some of my wine. And I was like, all right, whatever. I am poor. I'm always spending gold on consumables and stuff. And a blingy amulet, I could probably sell that for some good gold and get a bunch of potions of healing and antitoxins and stuff. So I played and I actually rolled a natural 20. So it's kind of like a cool moment. And the whole party was just like, what the heck? How are you so good at dragon chess? What? That's stone cold, Bill Braun. How could you do that to us? And I thought it was hilarious. And so I beat the noble and I won this necklace and I put it on and I immediately felt this connection. And this shield guardian walks out from this other room. And I'll always remember that moment because I was just so overcome with emotion that I had gotten a shield guardian, me? Because I had literally actually just like about a month before even heard of a shield guardian for the first time. And then I was like looking at their stat block and I'm like, oh my God, they absorb half the damage and you can store a spell in them like as many times as you want throughout the day. Wow, it'd be so cool to have one of those, but I'll never get one. So whatever. You know, it's the same thing that when I read like a Staff of Power or something, I'm like, wow, that's so cool. It'd be amazing to have one, but I'll never get one. And so to just get that shield guardian, I was so happy. So happy. And now even at this point when I'm doing the Battle Master video, like sometimes I'll pause and I'll just go over to my character sheet and just look at the stat block of my shield guardian and I feel so good. And then on top of that, in last session, I got a Mitzium's apparatus. And I didn't know what this thing did. It's an uncommon, and it was actually affordable. So, okay, I looked it up, and I was just like, oh my God. And I got one. And what a great item for a guy like me, because, you know, even with the wizards and the spells being so varied and applicable to various situations, it's still kind of by the numbers for me. Like, you know, I pretty much have plotted out in advance almost every type of encounter that I might face, and I've got plans for all of them. And so whenever they play out, it's, you know, always kind of how I expect it to go. I'm always in total control, and you know, it's just it's not that, it's a little boring still, right? Like for me, the fun of battles is all before the battle in my head, and you know, plotting all of these things out. And so when it actually happens, you know, it's no big deal. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of doing my thing. But now that I have the Mitzium's apparatus, I can cast any spell. So I'm not restricted to just these 15 that I have prepared. I can cast any spell. And so that just opens up so many possibilities. And so I'm having so much fun staring at my Mitzium's apparatus and just thinking, God, I can cast Death Ward and Pass Without Trace and Dissonant Whispers and all of these things that I couldn't do before. And so I'm just so thankful to my DM for giving them to me and allowing me to experience, literally for the first time, the joy of magic items. It's always been something that I've had to witness my party experience, and I never have gotten to take part. And it's an amazing feeling, right? I love it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and talk about it kind of in a holistic sense, because you know, it's something I think DMs should take note of, that yeah, adding those magic items can be really fun and really rewarding for the player and give them a really good experience like I'm experiencing now. So thanks, Greg. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you having the bravery to do what no other game master has ever done for me. And now I get to share in that. And so, yeah, let me know in the comments if anybody else has any great stories about awesome emotional moments that they've had involving magic items. I would love to hear about them. And in any case, thank you so much for watching and listening to me gush about all of this. This has been the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Power Gamers Tactics Room. I'm your host, Bill Brown Bafflestone. See you next time.